Next caller is Peter. You're through to Darren Eady.
Hello,
Hi,
Darren.
Hi, Peter.
What I'd like to say is, how bad a result really is it? Because we've taken 4 points from Stoke. If you like. They've got 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first point. And my second point about all this, what I've heard the last few weeks, that seemed to be the Wes Hoolahan show. About how creative he is and how great he is and this and that. Now, I'm not disputing he's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is, how good is David Fox? Because I rate David Fox as one of the best creative and passers of the ball in that league. He's not been given a chance. And I'll put my last point is, everybody keeps slating Wolfswinkel. I don't believe he's been given the opportunity to score in the right position that he should be getting the ball. If we go back to Everton, I rang in and I said, and I'll stick by this, he's one of the finest headers of the ball of a centre-forward that I've seen. Just watch him rise and with his neck muscles, and he put that ball in. Now,
Peter, I remember that call. You compared him to Ron Davis, I believe. I
did indeed. He rose like a salmon.
But, Peter, it's nothing we haven't already said. The fact is, if you're not going to get the ball into the box, he's got to add a little bit more to his game, which he's trying to do. But I'm with you. If he's a centre-forward who's in a 6-yard box, an 18-yard box player, get the ball into him in there. But
he will rise and he will score goals. We have got to put that ball into him. He's playing that position and he's using his energies where he's just losing it because he's trying so hard, but the team is not fulfilling what he needs to get into the box for him.
Peter, how do you feel about the wingers playing on what I sort of call the wrong sides? I mean, for a centre forward, I would think that's harder as a centre forward to score goals if you've got players cutting in all the time.
He's got to judge what they're going to do, and that's going to be confusing for him. I think they should stick to the basic sides, and I think they should give him the service what he needs. And I'm positive that man will be one of the best centre forwards we had for a long time. I honestly believe that.
We hope you're right. But as I say, at the moment, if he's not going to get the ball into the box, he's got to add more to his game, which I was disappointed by his runs.
And also about young Foxy, I say young Foxy, David Fox is a terrific player.
Who would you drop for Fox if you brought him into the team, Peter?
You put me on the spot. I'm not down there.
There's one of three choices.
But that's it, Peter. You have to make those choices, and the manager decides. I wouldn't put Fox instead of Tetty at the moment. I wouldn't put Fox in instead of Bradley Johnson at the moment, and I wouldn't put him in instead of who else we got in midfield, Rob?
Leroy Fair.
Leroy Fair, of course, I wouldn't, and Wes as well. So
I would. I would put him in front of Leroy Fair. I definitely would put him in front of Leroy Fair. I think the boy Fair is only just finding his feet. I feel he'll be a good player, but I feel Fox is a more solid, more consistent player.
I think he's the type of player who would perhaps fit into a different system, and I think the way Chris Hughton sets his teams up, it's not going to shoot him with the one man up front, is it? Because Fox is a player that likes to spread balls wide and look for centre forwards and long passes, whereas if we've only got one up front, I guess maybe that's Chris Hughton's thinking, is the fact that, if he's going to put him in there, he hasn't got anybody to hit.
Well, I mean, the thing is, with David Fox, we all know, I mean, he played under Mr. Lambert. I don't want to bring him up. He was a good manager for us. But, I mean, if this boy Fox can hit the wingers, which we know he can, with the passes, and then they put the passes in the right place for the Wolfswinkel, we're going to score goals, aren't we?
Peter, I'd try anything. I'm with you. If it works, then do it. But I guess, like any manager, they'll have their favourites. They'll have players they think they can rely on all the time, who they like to set their teams up.
Pressurised is the word from the, and I believe managers are pressurised because of the amount of salaries that some of the players are on.
No, rubbish.
Hence, midfield players, when they sign them,
no chance, Peter. Absolutely no chance at all. There's no pressure for Chris Hughton to play any of those players because they're on big money. No chance at all. And as a manager, I'd be very surprised if there's anybody in the whole of the Premier League who's doing that, because
well, we're on the lowest wages,
it doesn't matter. At the end of the day,
we're lowest. I feel we're
yeah, but
doing
at the end of the day,
Peter,
at the end of the day, Peter, you want to get results as a manager, and if you don't get the results, it's your neck that's on the line, not the players who are still getting paid. So I don't believe they wouldn't play players because their wages aren't correct. So I think that's a bit right. But thanks anyway, Peter. Thanks for your call.
Thanks for your call, Peter. Good stuff there. Peter thinks that David Fox, I guess you'd call him the forgotten man, should be put in the team, but he wasn't sure in place of who. This is Canary Call on BBC Radio Norfolk. 01603 617 321 is the number.